So first off, I just wanted to say thank you very much for your time and congratulations on getting called up to the EE Masters. So we have to start off with the elephant in the room, which is the fact that you've just been called up to the on-air talent team for the EU Masters this year. What does that mean to you?
It means the world. It's insane. I still can't really believe it. It feels surreal. Even now, like we're setting up, we're getting prepared to make a great event, and I just still can't believe it. Right? I'm sitting here with these cars. We've got Medic coming down from the LEC as well. All these talented people in the local ERLs joining in, and I'm there. I'm the only one. I'm not even doing an ERL. It just feels so insane, and I'm super excited to give it everything I've got.
That is crazy, and considering you started casting at a local LAN event back in the summer of 2018, and you're now casting in the EU Masters, all of your hard work is clearly paying off, and the future looks bright for you. Would you say it's a daunting prospect that you might well make it?
It's kind of insane. It's crazy, yeah. When you think a bit about it like that, that maybe actually I could one day do this for a living, right? Because at the moment I still study, I still make a plan B or so, whatever you would call it, right? As I just in case I'll do something in marketing, I'll have fun doing some business stuff. But there is actually a real chance that I might, move to Berlin one day if I continue on this path, and especially at this age, right? I haven't really, I've skipped some steps here with not going straight into the NLC first. I'm not doing an ERL, I'm not doing anything like that. So it feels kind of daunting as well, just to be called up. I'm skipping a lot of steps here, and I believe I'm prepared, and I think I'll put on a good show. But it's definitely a scary prospect as well.
Yeah, so as you said, you're skipping a few steps and getting your first paid gig in early 2019, casting the LCD Summer Split. This means for over half a year at the beginning of your casting career, you were casting voluntarily. Did you have any doubts or worries in your mind about the legitimacy of your future in casting?
Back then, man, the future wasn't really set. I was just casting. I was enjoying it. I was having fun. It was back when I was in puberty, so every one of my casts had voice cracks in it, and I was just having loads of fun. And that's really when I knew obviously you could make it right. Back then we had another Dane up in the high tiers. Now it's Guldborg, of course, but back then it was the Fish Show, and I looked up to him a lot. Obviously, we're not the same type of caster. He's the smart guy. I'm the yelly guy, but he was the one I looked up to, and yeah, it could happen, but we hadn't had any Danish casters make it, so I was just enjoying it, and I earned a little bit of money on the side when I got in with the League Championship Denmark, the LCD thing, right? So I earned a little bit of money. I could buy some candy. I could buy a game here and there, and it was all in good fun until suddenly when Guldborg picked me up, it became very real very quickly.
So yeah, you said Goldbog picked you up in spring of 2021, and he was like a mentor figure to you, and obviously you've seen the success he's having at the moment, making his way to the LEC. How does this inspire you, especially as you'll be working with Goldbog and other huge names in the world of casting, such as Medic, as you said, in the EU Masters?
It's it gave us hope. I think back when it really became real for me, when I was on boarding school and Guldborg got called up to the EU Masters first. That was kind of the realization that we can actually like go through our own local Danish scene in Denmark and start taking the steps. He got it first of all invited onto, I think it was the Nordic Championship back then, analyst desk for the final, and he did great there. Then they won him in regularly on the NLC, and then he got called up for European Masters, and that was kind of when I, as a viewer back then, obviously think I'd done one cast in the Danish scene, but that's pretty much it with him, so nothing major. And I remember like commenting on his pictures back then, being like, "Man, you're such an inspiration. The fact that you're showing that it can be done by this small talent, because especially back then in casting, we didn't have many new players entering the LEC. It was a pretty set team. Now they're adding a lot of guests, and it's great. But back then it was set. It was hard to break in. And when he started, chipping through that block, making its appearances on LEC last year, it just confirmed to me that if I continue working and I actually become super good as well, it can actually happen."
And lastly, you said that it used to be quite a tight knit team that the LEC used, and now they are getting guests in. So surely the LEC must be the ultimate goal for you to get to, and the next step up for yourself. Can we expect to see you and Goldberg casting together anytime soon? The synergy must be there, and maybe the student can become the master.
It's actually kind of funny, of course. I didn't plan this, but I have my old notebook from when I started working with Guldborg. On one of the days between one of the games, we were talking about like long-term goals. That was when he hadn't appeared on the LEC. And I remember, I think I drew me and him just as a fun little sketch, casting the LEC together.
It's incredible.
And it was now I'll see if I can find it. I'm not 100% sure, but obviously the LEC is the dream, right? I've watched the league ever since I was like 12, 13. I remember watching it with my dad when he played league as well back in 2015. So if I one day step into the studio in Berlin, right, going to be the most insane thing that I've probably ever tried, because I've looked up to the league, I've watched it, I've enjoyed the content of it for so many years, and then to be a part of the production would be insane.
Yeah, again, I just wanted to say thank you for your time taking this interview, and congratulations for getting called up to the EU Masters. I wish you all the best, and yeah, thank you.
Thank you, man. Thank you.